What's up everybody? So in today's video we're going to be installing another fun part for the Nissan GT-R. This is the AAM Competition Blow Off Valve kit with upper intercooler piping. Very awesome kit. I love the way you can customize it. I actually had them custom powder coat the intercooler pipes in a wrinkle black to match my AAM cold air intake, so that is going to look awesome underneath the hood. And then for the actual blow off valves, these are the Tial Blow Off Valves. These ones are Recirc valves. You can also get actual atmospheric blow-off valves, but I can always convert these to blow-off valves, which is really cool. And then I went with red to match the engine cover. They have many different colors. So AAM, I love how you can really customize this kit to your exact needs. And for all of our subscribers, you guys all get discounts on AAM products. Give them a call or send them a direct email and they will hook you up on some awesome parts. Definitely ask them about custom powder coating some parts because I'm definitely going to love the way this thing looks. So to take a quick look at it, of course, here is the stock system. We have the pipe and the stock Recirc valve. The stock design is a semi-leaky design. Pretty much every stock turbocharged car, the stock unit isn't really the best for holding the boost. This upgraded one is going to do a much better job holding in the boost. So all we really have to do is remove these couplers on each side, take off a little sensor, the actual blow-off valve, a little piece right here, and then that is the disassembly, and then all we got to do is pop on the new ones. Always have a magnet on a stick because I have no clue where that went. We are good. Oh yeah. Now to say that was hard is definitely an understatement. That took a whopping 3.5 minutes. Very simple. We just had the few clamps, a few bolts, so that side is completely out. And then looking over at the other side, so we have the throttle body, the charge pipe, and then that is where the Recirc is connected to, and then one sensor. So here's everything laid out. Here's the actual stock blow-off valve, or I should say recirculation valve. Pretty simple design, obviously. The standard stock piping, and then this sensor will be reused, and then here it is again over on this side. Just got to take the sensor off. Check out the new system. First got to figure out which side is which. Then we can use these supply couplers, get everything lined up. We have a bunch of different clamps, different sizes, because we have 3 different sizes actually with those two. Then we have clamps for these guys, and then the hardware for the actual blow-off valves is in here. We have the aluminum clamps, and then these are for the vacuum line on the top. So I'm assuming, I think it's got to go like that. That makes the most sense. And then the blow-off valve, or the Recirc valve, is going to go like that. Makes a lot more sense than any other direction. Yeah, that makes sense there. Alright, so this side is definitely this side right there. We'll just lay that out along with one of the units. And then for these, we got to figure out which one goes where. Doesn't look like that would be right. That looks like that could definitely be right. So I have these laid out to where they're gonna go. We have that pipe going on to that one, and then that one to that one. Next up, I'm gonna take the stock little sensors and put these where they belong. So they're just gonna go right into this right like that, and then plug into that plug on each side. Oh, are you kidding me? Well, yeah, the socket is right there. That's gonna be fun to get out. All right, take two. So we're making some good progress. We have the charged pipe on the car. All the clamps are nice and tight. Next up is to attach the blow-off valve. So we have a little rubber O-ring that is gonna go in between this and the pipe. An aluminum clamp that's obviously gonna keep it nice and tight. And then this right here is for the vacuum line that goes on the top. I'm gonna go ahead and draw on the top of this bolt which direction this hole goes. The connection is all plugged in, everything is nice and tight. Alright, so that wraps up the installation. That actually took a little bit longer than I was expecting. This is a tight engine bay. It's kind of hard to work with everything. Getting the pipes in, finagling them to where they're actually centered and line up with everything is a little bit hard because if you tighten the clamps and then you have to move it, you got to loosen everything. So it's a little bit of trial and error just to make sure you get the fitment absolutely perfect. But everything looks to be squared away. Looks very cool with the red blow-off valves. I definitely love the look of them. So here's the final look of the new system. We'll go ahead and start up the engine and check for any leaks and go from there. Alright guys, so we are now in the GT-R, going to go for the first test drive with the new kit installed. We'll see if we notice any better turbo response or any type of blow-off valve noise to it. Eventually I can change the design and make these actual atmospheric blow-off valves. Right now they are Recirc just like the stock ones, but we will give it a little bit of accelerations and see what it does. So that was just a slow acceleration, not really getting into boost. So far I do hear that there's less of that kind of whooshing noise. With the colder intakes, you obviously hear more of the induction noise. And actually going back to the Genesis Coupe, when I had the intake and stock blow-off valve, you could kind of hear almost like a boost leak. You could just hear it come out of the air intake. So right there, I didn't hear that same thing. And if you look at the stock blow-off valve for the GT-R, you can see how it's kind of like a plastic valve in there. So obviously not the most efficient design. It's not really doing the best job. It sounds a little bit different than stock so far. That was just barely boosting it. So with this Recirc kit, it pretty much sounds just the way it did stock, but I can feel just a little bit better turbo response when I first give it gas. There's just slightly less lag. So putting a few more miles on the car now, I can hear a faint like squeak noise of the blow-off valve working. It's sounding really cool. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up though. I doubt the camera's picking it up, but it's sounding really cool. So real quick with the car, I'm actually doing something after I'm already completely done with the installation. What do you guys think? Should I swap these out for actual atmospheric blow-off valves rather than the Recirc valves? Of course, you get a little bit better performance having the recirculation. With the Recirc valves, you have the charged air going back in front of the turbo, keeping it spooling, versus the vent to atmosphere just goes out. It is kind of wasted, so you get a little bit less turbo lag having a Recirc, but a lot cooler sound having a vent to atmosphere. So as you can see, there's the opening of the blow-off valve there. And I took the end of this pipe. This is just a metal cap of some sort and isn't gonna have any issues with the heat inside the engine bay. So all I'm doing, I took the blow-off valve off real quick and then disconnected the hose, the Recirc hose, and then basically plugged it, reinstalled the clamp to tighten it, and then I'm just basically having this opening vent to atmosphere. So we're gonna do that on this side real quick and then drive it to see what it sounds like as a full blow-off valve. And then you guys can comment below, should I keep Recirc valves or swap it to blow-off valves? So here's now a close-up look. We have the copper thing capping that off, so no air is going to be going in or out of this tube. This connects to the turbo inlet pipe, which is just beyond the actual air intake. Here's the blow-off valve, just a little bit closer look at it, and then there's the actual metal piston in it compared to that plastic piston that we saw in the stock one. So vent to atmosphere blow-off valve going forward right there, and then going backwards right there. Sounded cool so far. So it's definitely a really quick release. I'm sure it'll sound a little bit different if I did the actual blow-off valves. So comment below, should I keep them the Recirc or do the vent to atmosphere? Either way with this kit, it's pretty nice to have the option. But anyway guys, that wraps up the installation. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a huge thumbs up, smash the subscribe button. Don't forget, you guys all get discounts on AAM products. Give them a call or send them an email and they will hook you up. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys next video.